Hello everyone, this is Ranjan. Today I am going to discuss about the dynamics of rigid body. So, first of all, I want to discuss about the what is the rigid body. So, there are two concepts behind this. So, first one is distance between 2 points of the rigid body, always given fixed, and the second one is relative velocity of approach along the line joining between 2 points will always remain the zero. Let's define the rigid body. So let's this is the rigid body, right? And A and B, these are the 2 points, and D is the distance between point A and point B. Then the D will be constant. Here is application of the large external force. Actually, rigid body is not perfect rigid. Constant particle of rigid body always oscillate about the mean position. But for our criteria to describe the dynamics of rigid body, we always remain it is the fixed point, and body is perfectly rigid. Second one is this is the velocity of line here, and this is the velocity of point B, dB. Then and this is the angle between alpha and beta from the line joining to point of the velocity dA and dV. Then velocity of point A along the line joining is dA cos alpha, and velocity of B along the line joining is dV cos beta. Then for the body to be a perfect rigid, dA cos alpha is equal to dV cos beta. So now I am going to define the type of motion of the rigid body. So there are three types of motion of rigid body. First one is pure translation. In this type of motion, body always follow a linear motion. Second one is pure rotational motion. In this type of motion, every point of rigid body always follow circular path except the point that is situated on the axis about which body is rotating. Third one is combined motion. It is also called the planar motion. That means it is a combination of pure translational and pure rotational motion. So let's define pure rotational translational motion. So in the pure rotational motion, this is the rigid body, and this is the point A and point B, and this is the line joining point A and point B. If the body follow pure rotational motion, then the line joining point A and point B always remain parallel when the body follow pure translational motion. Motion. After sometimes, if the body is at this position and the point B translate to point A dash and point B translated to point B dash, and the line joining point A and B dash is A dash B dash, then line AB is parallel to line A dash B dash. Second one is velocity of in the pure translational motion, velocity of each point of rigid body will be same. That is the same as the velocity of center of mass during the whole pure translational motion. Let dA is the velocity of point A and dV is the velocity of point B, and that this is the center of mass of rigid body, and Vc is the velocity of center of mass. Then dV is equal to Vc. Velocity Vcl, that is the velocity of center of mass. Third one is angular velocity of this body in pure translational motion always remain 0. So omega of rigid body in the pure translational motion is 0. Now I am going to discuss about the pure translational motion. So in pure rotational motion, every particle follows circular path, and this is the rigid body, and this is the axis about which body is rotating with velocity omega, and this is the point A, point B, point C. Then every point follows circular. Omega of point A is equal to omega of point B is equal to omega of point C. Second one is this is the perpendicular distance from point A and point B and point C from the foot of axis about which rigid body is rotating. Then RA perpendicular, RB perpendicular and RC perpendicular always remain constant during full pure rotational motion, but the point that is situated on the axis of the rigid body, that is always remain in the rest, and the linear velocity of point A, point B and point C is equal to omega into RA perpendicular, dB is equal to omega into RB perpendicular, and BC is equal to omega into RC perpendicular. So we can say from this relation is linear velocity of every point is different in pure rotational motion, but the omega is fixed. Only perpendicular distance change, and the linear velocity of point that is situated on the axis about which body is rotating, that will be in the rest position. So third one is combined motion. So now I am going to discuss about the combined motion, that is also called the planar motion. This is the combination of both pure translational and pure rotational motion. And also it is the planar motion means body always move in the particular chosen plane. So yes, this is the disc. This is the disc. And this is rotating about this axis. And this axis is also following a pure translational motion with respect to lamp frame. So this is the position vector of center of mass of disk. So let's define the general motion of any point of disk. This is the point P. So we know from the pure translational motion. This is following a pure translational motion with the velocity v along this axis x. So velocity of every point of disk as well as axis will be v, that is equal to center of mass along the x-axis. And so velocity of point, so linear velocity of point P will be this. And due to pure rotational motion, linear velocity of point P will be v is equal to omega into r. R is the perpendicular distance of point P from the axis. Direction of V is along tangent to this circular path, means inside the body, inside the board. So that is, we can say along the z direction. So net velocity of point P with respect to left frame is linear velocity due to rotational motion plus linear velocity due to pure translational motion. So in the similar manner we can describe the motion of any point of rigid body in combined motion. We can find kinetic energy, angular momentum, and many concepts related to dynamics of the rigid body. So let's say we will discuss about what is the use of dynamics of rigid body. Since we know linear force is used for the pure translational motion, but we will figure out what is the use of dynamics of rigid body, means rotation of rigid body. So the force is not responsible for the dynamics of rigid body, so here there is a different physical quantity that is called the torque, that is also called the turning effect of force. So let's define the torque. What is the torque? How torque is related to force, and how it explain the dynamics of rigid body. So let's this is the general point in the xy plane. Force F is acting on the point P, and position vector of this point with respect to point O is R. So torque is defined as tau is equal to R cross F. In the, if you will write in the magnitude form, then tau is equal to mode of R into mode of F into sin theta. So from expression A, we can say that torque is a vector quantity, and we can say torque is perpendicular to plane forming R and F. We know from the definition of vector. So if the position vector and force is in the plane of board, then the torque will be perpendicular to the board. So the torque depends on three quantity: position vector R, force, and theta, angle between R and F. So let's figure out theta. So to figure out the theta, we will increase the position vector R forward, and we will rotate the position vector R along the small angle along the force, that is the theta. Now I am going to discuss about some case related to the torque. So case 1. So the torque depends on the three quantity R, F and theta. Then torque will be 0 when R is equal to 0, R is equal to 0, F is equal to 0, and theta is equal to 0. So R is equal to 0 means position vector will be 0 when the point always lies about which we have to calculate the torque. Force is 0 means there is no force. So force is needed to calculate the torque. And also we can say from this that R is 0 means position vector is 0 means line of action of force will pass through point about which we have to calculate the torque. Means if the force will pass through the point about which we have to calculate the torque, then that force never deliver the torque. Yes, second. One thing, actually torque is a axial quantity. So we will calculate the torque always along the axis. So this point, so here we are also calculating the torque of this rigid body about this point as well as axis, and this axis is perpendicular to the board that is passing through this point, O point. So, and the other thing is, no, all torque is responsible for the rotation of the rigid body. Only component of torque along the axis that is responsible for the rotation of the rigid body. So, second one is, this is the line of action of force and this is the perpendicular component of R. Then from the equation B, we can say that tau is equal to F into R sin theta. This is the perpendicular component of R from the line of axis of force. This is the R perpendicular, and we can say in the other way, tau is equal to R into tau is equal to mode of R into mode of F, means mode of R into perpendicular component of force from the position vector of point. If this is the position vector of point, then this is the perpendicular component of force and this is the parallel component of force. So parallel component don't deliver any torque and only perpendicular component deliver torque. So now we will see some example how we calculate the torque about the point and the axis. Let this is the point, this is the xy coordinate axis, and this is the force, so we have to calculate the torque of this force on the point about this point. So we know tau is equal to F into R perpendicular R into F perpendicular. So perpendicular component of R on line of action of force is this D. So torque of this force, torque of this point due to force about the line is tau is equal to D into F. And let's see another example. We all familiar very well with the projectile motion. So this is the point of projection. This is the theta of projection. U is the initial velocity and we will calculate torque at general time, any time t. So at any time t, this is the position vector of projectile and this is the r. Looking into the time motion, only gravitational force act. So on the whole journey, only mg force will act along the downward direction. So first of all, let's calculate r. So r is equal to parallel component of q along the axis q cos theta, y component is q sin theta. So at any time t, r is xi plus yj. So x is equal to u cos theta into t and y is equal to u sin theta into t minus half g t square along the j component. So r is equal to u cos theta into t I cap plus u sin theta into t minus half g t square j cap. We know formula of the torque. So tau is equal to and f each magnitude is fixed as well as direction is fixed mg. We will calculate torque. Tau is equal to r cross f. So I cap, j cap, k cap, u cos theta into t, u sin theta into t minus half gt square. Z component of r is 0, f I component is 0 and z component is minus mg, k component is 0. So tau is equal to, from this determinant we can write, and also we can say already we know r and f both lie in the xy plane, then torque will be in the perpendicular to this plane, means along the z component. So we will consider only I and I component of r and j component of force. So tau is equal to u cos theta into t mg and I cross j minus j. So we know I cross j is equal to k and magnitude is u cos theta into t mg torque is equal to E cos theta into T mc, and direction is minus k cap is inside the blackboard. So in the next class we will derive so in the next class we will derive this relation tau is equal to I alpha, and we will define what is the I alpha, and we will also discuss more concept related to dynamics of rigid body.